Hi, today we are going to learn Git using Visual Studio. Visual Studio has very good support for Git. When you open up Visual Studio, just do continue without code. You will see something called Team Explorer down on the right. To get code from a Git repository, one of the first things we need is a Git clone URL. If you check out various repositories such as GitHub or even Azure DevOps, you'll have access to a clone URL. For example, in GitHub, you can get the clone URL from here. Just click on it to copy it, or from Azure DevOps. You can find a section called repos in your project. There are several repos in your project. Currently, we are now in the finance data project. If you want to clone that code, you can click on the clone shown on the right side here, and then just copy that URL. So to get the code down to your local machine from Azure DevOps or GitHub, you need to clone the Git repo. So in the Git section, you can always find a clone option. When you click on it, it'll ask you for a URL. Just paste the URL of the Git repo, and then you can choose wherever you want to store this. Let's store it in C code and maybe tag on finance data to the end of it, and then just hit clone. Obviously, since your Git repo is behind authentication, you can log in. This project does not have a solution file. Usually when you find a solution file, you can just double click it so that the solution file will become the root of the solution explorer, and then it'll be just like any other code base. Here I only have a CS proj, so let me just open it up and then reopen the code, and then close the previous window. Now we see that Visual Studio automatically created a solution file so that it can load it. Now let's see how we can make a simple change and push it back up to the server. So let me open up this file called account.cs. Maybe I'll add something like this. Save it. I'm not going to compile or anything. This is just for demo purposes. So simply just click on the file or even the root and say commit, put in a comment, added new property, and then I'll just commit. Just save this. So now once you commit, in terms of Git, this is only committed to your local repo. In order to get your changes back up to the server, to Azure DevOps, for example, up in here, we have to push your code. To push your code, Visual Studio uses a term called sync. Hit that button, or you can also find sync in the drop down here. So it's going to show you what commits you have, and then then we see this Git term called push. So here, when we hit the push button, it's going to push all our commits up to the server, which in our case is Azure DevOps. So let's see if this made it. See, account.cs, the change we made is now up on the server. This is just a short intro to Git. In future videos, I will go a little more in depth, covering branches, merging, etc. Thank you for watching.